All right, so next question. It's a very fun question. Now we're going away from everything else. All right, everybody. What is your favorite holiday song? Now, is to give a great example, I have a favorite, but it's by a certain singer. Everybody else that sings it, I'm like, it's okay. It's not a good song now. My favorite is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," but it has to be Judy Garland. It cannot be anybody else because no one else. I'm sorry, no matter who you listen to, no matter who it is, I'm a big fan of Bette Midler even. I cannot listen to "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" unless it is Judy Garland. So, on that note, what is your favorite Christmas song? It could be with an artist or just a song in general, wherever you hear it, you love it. So, Danielle, we will start with you.
And I'm not a Christmas person. I actually have two favorites. Okay. And the reason is very obvious. Obviously, I love Last Christmas. Who doesn't love, but only the original. Everyone else that's remade it, I hate all of you. How dare you? He's amazing. Don't take it away from him. And then I have a song. It's my favorite song. And actually, I can't think of the name of it, but I can tell you who sings it right now. I know this sounds really funny, but if you hear it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I love the song by the Carpenters. I love her voice. Adam knows exactly what I'm talking about. The song where she's going off and she's talking about greeting cards and she's missing you. Is it whatever it is? I love that song. But again, I'm not a Christmas person. Adam knows. Look at Christmas. Look at it's
I'm trying to sing it in my head, or I can't.
I told you I love that song, but I can't even think of what it's actually called. Like,
I'll be home for Christmas, but only in my dreams, or is it a different one?
No, it's different. I can hear it in my head, but I can't think of the name.
See, nobody knows. Can't remember. But you can hear where she's talking about, like, she's literally giving a description of Christmas. Like, and I love her voice. That's what it is. She has such a beautiful voice, and the way that she's singing is it's like, I don't know. See, none of us know the name of it, so that makes me feel better because I love that song. Every time I hear it, whenever we play holiday stuff or you hear it on the radio, I just really love that song. Like, it just, and I wish she made more music. Like, honestly,
somebody's Googling it.
I was gonna say Adam's like,
I'm gonna know because it's that's gonna Christmas song by Carpenters.
There can't be too many.
I'm looking, but I can't find it.
Watch, they did an album. Like, dang it.
They did. There is.
Yeah. It's called Christmas Song. It's called Christmas Song, and it's the chestnuts roasting on an open fire. But is that the song? Are you talking about that one?
The one where
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Let me see. No. Let me see if I can
that would be the Bing Crosby one, isn't it?
Been done many times, many ways.
Yep.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Darling.
That might
actually be it.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Darling, because she says that in the song. Yes, I think that's it.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the lyrics.
See, I pulled a holiday mystery on everybody because everybody knows the song. Like, Christina, did you find it?
Yeah.
Greeting cards. Yep.
That's it.
But that song is technically called the Christmas song.
That's it. That's why I was like, I don't know what it is, but that's the song. I love that song. That's actually probably one of I want to say that's my top. But then Last Christmas, I just love it. And then after he died, I was like, I love it even more because, like, I love him. So, but yeah, so those are my two right there.
All right, Cass, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I like a lot of like really dramatic Christmas music in a minor key. So like Carol of the Bells, I'll Be Home for Christmas, O Come, O Come, Emmanuel, any of that stuff that's like kind of sad. Kind of like.
Yeah, I can see that with a lot of those that you just mentioned right now. Madison, what's your favorite Christmas song?
So I too am like Danielle. I'm not a Christmas person. Like my Christmas sweater is Darth Vader. That's how I feel about Christmas.
Also,
but I do. Oh, this one in 2021. This one's gonna bite me. One of my favorite is "Baby It's Cold Outside," and I I think of it as, I have to let myself think of it as like innocent and not at all what I think 2018 tried to turn that song into.
I think, okay, I think there is a version that you need to listen to and you're gonna love it because I listen to this every year now and I cannot stop. Pearl Bailey, her version of that
Bailey?
song, just type in Pearl Bailey, Baby It's Cold Outside. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, this is amazing. This is
Is that
amazing
the
what
one
she did.
where she's sassy?
She's very sassy. Like whenever she says, "Man, what did you put in this drink?" Like it's like perfect. It is perfect. It's like even as a kid, like that part where everyone nowadays made it like, oh, he slipped something in her drink. No, sometimes like me, I make horrible strong drinks, and it's like, what is this? Like it's horrible. It's just a horrible. It's nothing about drugs or anything, but like I listen to Pearl Bailey's version of the song. You'll love it. You'll appreciate that song.
Pearl Bailey. I will make a note of that and I will listen to it and I will report back to Danielle with my thoughts on it.
Because it will be your favorite. It will. I'm telling you.
My other favorite Christmas song, and it's so funny that Danielle brought up the Carpenters because I am like your perfect was born in the wrong generation person. And growing up, my favorite TV show was The Brady Bunch. Even though I was born in 1990, I was watching it on like Nick at Night every night before bed. So my favorite Christmas song my whole life was the Brady Bunch version of The Little Drummer Boy. And I still, any version of that song that I hear, I'm just like, this is what music is about. It's The Little Drummer Boy.
And what is your favorite holiday?
I'll pick two. My standard holiday song is Sleigh Ride.
Okay, Johnny Mathis or which one?
The instrumental. If I got the name right, Tess would know, I think.
So we're laughing because I just posted on my own Facebook like the other day about how
She's like,
singing because I'm not going to go to orchestra rehearsals and play Sleigh Ride, which is just this like, it's my least favorite song.
syncopation.
It's just screaming trumpets the whole way through.
My other one was the first time I ever heard Barbara Streisand sing, I think it's Dashing Through the Snow. And I totally did not get anything she was doing with the song because up until that time, I had only heard very faithful, very straightforward versions of any song in the world. I did not know what jazz was. And I was completely like, the song doesn't go like that. Why is she doing that to the song? I don't understand. Why does my mom like this? I was a kid at the time, so you got to give me credit. But like later, as I grew up and learned something about music, I was like, oh, that's so great.
All right, Christina, what about you?
Mary, Did You Know by Pentatonics, because it's about motherhood and all of that. It always has moved me bigly. It's always moved me deeply. So Mary, Did You Know by Pentatonics.
Have you heard the Dolly Parton version of that?
Perhaps.
It just came out. It's a good one. I mean, it's
I love me some Dolly Parton, so yeah, I'll have to check that out.
I like that rendition, but it's a beautiful song. It's a very beautiful song.
It's a very beautiful song. So
all right, Megan, you're up.
My favorite is Oh Holy Night. I'm not even a deeply religious person, but I've just always liked it. And I will say that, and I like listening to different people do it, so I don't know that I have a favorite artist who does it. But I will say that when I'm like picking a Spotify playlist for Christmas for the stuff, I always go for like the classic ones, which is funny because in every other aspect of my life, I love cover music and hearing people do, but I get real like, nope, I gotta listen to these classic ones. And when I hear people like redo Christmas songs, I don't like it. So
yeah, the worst thing I think in the world is like the idea of a popular artist doing a Christmas album, because I'm like, are you just doing this because someone told you to do this because they want to sell records? Because it sounds like someone's put together the arrangement over a weekend, threw the music at you and said, we've got 2 hours in the studio. It's like, no, please, if you're going to do it, at least, do it right.
It's
some
very,
effort into
very
it.
hard. I think the most recent person singer that I really actually was surprised to hear and actually like, because there's a quality to a Christmas song, and why we all like know cover of it is because Christmas songs sound familiar and sound like something we could listen to every year and be remembering of the years before. And there's just a quality to it and how they sound. But I was very surprised to listen to recently, Kelly Clarkson just released an album, Christmas album this year. And I was like sitting there, and some of the songs you knew she wrote, but some of the songs, I was like, is this an old song or is this her song? Like, did she write this? Like, she actually had that quality of sounding like an older song that really, I really was very impressed with that album. I've actually listened to it like a bunch of times now because it's really good.
Let's just say Kelly Clarkson is amazing. She can
Yeah, no,
sing anything.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of my favorites.
I'm certainly surprised because I'm not actually like I respect her as a person, and especially now as a celebrity. She's basically been advocating more of being who you are than to being pretty and fake and skinny, and it's just being natural. And it's been nice to have that kind of person. But it's interesting. Even she does do Last Christmas, but it's not in the way a lot of people I've heard do it. She does something to it again. It's like really weird because she does it in a quality that sounds familiar and it sounds like a Christmas song. And so it's like you could tell she has a lot of respect for a lot of different songs and a lot of different this holiday, and really wanted to make an album. And so I was very impressed because she only has a few cover songs and then the rest is all her. And some of the songs I was like, is this a cover or is this her song? So it's very impressive to be able to pull that off. But I do agree, there are a lot of new people that I'm just like, please, just say that you like Christmas. We're good. We don't have to.
There's a new Ed Sheeran and Elton John song that just came out this weekend. I don't know that I've actually heard it. I've been trying to have to pull that up.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about Elton John nowadays, but anyways, what is everyone's favorite holiday if it's not Christmas? Since I've heard two people say that they're not a big Christmas music fan. So we will start with Christina.
Ooh, okay. So my absolute favorite holiday is for two reasons, and that's Halloween, because it's Halloween, you get to dress up and do all kinds of fun things, but it's my son's birthday. So everyone's like, oh, it's so sad to have a baby born on Halloween. And I was like, oh, no. Wait till he gets older. And let me tell you, this party is pretty lit, man. We have a lot of fun. He's an adult now, so I can say that. He's 24, so.
Good that you clarified.
Yeah.
All the midwives. Right.
When he was a kid, it kind of sucked because everyone was out trick-or-treating. It was hard to do a birthday party. But now that he's older, I think he's laying on the couch. I think you would have to agree that his birthday is a fun time on Halloween.
All right, Cass, what's your favorite holiday?
I actually do love Christmas. Other than that, I really love the 4th of July. I'm not like patriotic. I just like dig getting together with everybody and having fireworks and eating corn on the cob.
Ooh, corn on the cob. All right, and Danielle.
Me? Oh no, Halloween. Did anybody have to ask? I think everybody knows I love Halloween. I'm not really big on any holiday actually, but Halloween is just that fun. You get to dress up. It's like the witching hour. I don't know. It's just a magical time for me around I love Halloween. There's just so much about it that it's like you can, I guess in some ways, like it brings out my darker side of what I, of myself. So I love Halloween. It's just my thing. And obviously now I have a little one that he loves Halloween, and the month of October is probably our busiest month because of pumpkin patches and Halloween parties and trick-or-treating and trunk-or-treating now, and like all these you know what I mean? And there's costume stuff and there's just so much to do in just the month of October. So it's like, you think of like Halloween night and Devil's Night, which by the way, Devil's Night, and Adam knows exactly what I'm talking about. I think this is why I love Halloween, because we grew up in a very small town,
We grew up in a village. We grew up in
Yes, we grew up in a village. Like,
if
no
you
joke.
Google
It's
it,
not
it's
even a town.
village.
It's a village, yes. So we grew up in a very, very small area, but every year we had a tradition with our dad of Devil's Night. So I won't get into details because this is YouTube, and I don't want people to be like, whoa, about like this stuff, but everybody knows what Devil's Night is. So I think that's why I liked Halloween growing up, was because we had a tradition with our dad that was just this special, unique thing. And then, you know, and as an adult, it's like, we don't do Devil's Night anymore, but you know, we still honor the memories.
just to have a clarification, because of the name and everything like that. No, we did not get naked and run around the woods. All right. And do a satanic ritual and everything. No, it wasn't like that.
No.
I mean, maybe the satanic rituals happened, but nothing. Yeah, no. Megan, what's your favorite holiday?
So as usual, I don't have like a simple one-word answer. I really like Halloween all the way through Christmas, like spooky season all the way through. I just like the whole way through, and it's just like my time. So like as soon as, I would say like end of September-ish is when I start gearing up for it, and I can't, my whole house is like decked out in Halloween stuff and I'm over the top. And then I go all the way through. I love Thanksgiving, and all the way through Christmas. This, I will say, little doom and gloom. I'm divorced, and this is my first year that on Christmas Day, I don't have my kids on Christmas Day. So I'm a little bummed about that this year. So, but every single year, my grandmother, well, and each year, fingers crossed, because she's turning 94 this year, and she's always the day after Christmas. So my family's always done collectively as a family a more day after Christmas type thing anyway. So this year she'll be 94, and we celebrate her birthday.
Okay.
Huh?
She's a child. She's just a teenager right now. Okay. Enjoy her teenager.
That's what I tell myself too. She's the best. She's like the backbone of my whole family. She's an incredible woman. So we celebrate her birthday and our family's Christmas the next day. And then I've just kind of told myself that it's just a day, and we can make, so my kids and I will celebrate Christmas the day after, and we'll have our Christmas morning the day after. And in some ways I'm like, it might even be better because it'll be less hyped, like, you know, it's like a bonus Christmas, and there's less pressure, and they've already done the big Christmas. So I'm finding the silver lining. I try to with everything, but this one I am a little bit like meh about it, because it's my first one that I don't have, and they're so little still. So
just pretend you work in healthcare.
Great. It works great. The year that my daughter was born, my son was 3. We didn't even tell him it was Christmas Day, because we knew that we are going to celebrate it when the grandparents came out after the baby was born. So he just didn't know what day was that. On Christmas Day, we're like, we're going to go play in the snow, and it's just going to be fun. And he didn't even know. We didn't even tell him.
Yeah. And in healthcare, you never get to celebrate on the holiday. So just pretend you work in healthcare.
There we go.
All right, Madison, I would ask the baby, but the baby hadn't had all the holidays yet to know what his favorite holiday is. So I'll ask you instead, what is your favorite holiday?
Well, I'm going to answer for him anyways, because he's an October 15th baby. So he's not born on Halloween, but he's still in that Halloween season. So I think he's going to be a pumpkin kid his whole life. And I'm going to work for that, because Halloween is one of my favorites. But my favorite holidays, it's split between Thanksgiving, because just any day that is meant to shove your face full of food and take naps, I'm down for it. And I'm a really good cook. I love cooking Thanksgiving dinner. It's all my favorite foods. So that's a big one for me. And then as Megan can attest to, we live in a climate that is like mostly winter. And then we have like this short spurt of the most glorious summer you'll ever experience in your life. So 4th of July has to be like my favorite day on the calendar. is when it's like nice and sunny. I live in a neighborhood where we do our community fireworks are right across the street from my house. The parade goes right down by my down at the end of my street. So it's just like that's the holiday that everyone comes to my house. It's gorgeous out almost every year. There's never bad weather, and it's just I love it. Best day of the year.
All right, and what is your favorite holiday?
I stress too much about holidays. So my favorite is actually Easter, partly because it's spring every year and I'm a gardener. So I'm like, I'm all about having plants to celebrate stuff. And also because it's really, for us, it's a really low key, easy food. We eat mostly cold foods because of the Eastern European tradition. I think the only thing, no, actually, do we cook anything? Oh, we did. We added a cooked, added a cooked course for the people who married into the family. But otherwise we eat cold. It's all cold, cold sausage, cold ham, cold eggs, CDAC. And so as a result, Easter is you show up, you pull everything out of the fridge, you prep it, you put it on platters, put it on the table, and that's it. It's really simple. You show up, you have fun, you eat food, you go home. And it's like all the other involves some amount of food prep and who's bringing what, who's doing what, who's coming up when. It's like, oh, I'm just so stressed. And like people do not stress about Easter, which is why I really, really like